Hello, my Cancer family. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for Cancer for the week of January 18th through the 24th. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And join me daily for my quick glance daily readings. Tap the bell for notifications as to when my videos are posting, and keep in mind these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone. You can obtain a private reading by clicking on the link to my website below. Now, this week I'm using the mystical Manga tarot deck created by the artist Rann and also my favorite Barbara Moore. So let's get started and see what your cards are indicating this week. Okay, Cancer. So starting off with your first card, you have the Major Arcana card, Death, followed by the Major Arcana card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords. And also your overall energy for the week, the Six of Cups. Okay, Cancer. And we will get to your crystal of the week and your tea leaf card message in just a little bit. But getting back to your first card, which is your anchor card to your reading, Cancer, and you have the Major Arcana card, Death. Okay, Cancer, so you've got two Major Arcana cards, and the first one here is Death. So you've got a lot of change coming in. And the Death card is representing transformation for you, Cancer. This is in regards to something ending for you, Cancer, and it can certainly be a change coming in that's going to be for your well-being. Now, for some Cancer individuals, the Death card showing up could mean that you're going to end your current job, maybe. Possibly for another one. And you might be moving where you live, going to someplace new, or you could be ending a relationship. But the Death card can be showing up, Cancer, as it's the death of the old you. Death to the old you who might have let people take advantage of them. We always bring up the metaphor of the caterpillar turning into the beautiful butterfly, but it makes sense when this card shows up. Situations or events have been working together to create a need for change, Cancer. The type of change that's like a natural outcome, an ending to a possible stagnant and unhealthy situation. And as human beings, we prefer the known to the unknown, so usually not comfortable with change coming in. This is changing, coming in, and changing you to something that's more authentic and true. And it's like you've just peeled off the layers of identity that were placed on you by society and family, your own possible fears or insecurities. So, as most people fear when the Death card shows up in a reading, this is actually transforming you into a beautiful butterfly where you're going to actually be free. So, one thing that you can do this week, Cancer, is to just get rid of what is no longer useful to you. And that can be in your home environment, your work, this can be people, objects. The Death card is an ending before this utter transformation can happen. So, you need to seek closure before moving on. And a good indication that this resonates with you is if you've been feeling kind of stuck lately. So the death card is actually advising you to look around and decide what you need to let go of. And then when you free up the stagnant energy, that's around you, new things are going to come into you, Cancer. Now, the death card is actually Scorpio's card. So there could be a Scorpio individual that's involved with all of this, whether it be what you're letting go of, or it could be someone assisting you in this process. And the death card concerns two chakras, your bottom, the first chakra, and then also your top, the seventh chakra. So, where it deals with your base, right up to your connection with the divine. And the number 13 here of the death card reduces down to 4. 4 is all about stability, being rational, the rules that are in place, the practical parts of life. And it can certainly represent being stuck, rooted, unmoving, not wanting to change. So that is the warning or danger with this card when the death card shows up. Don't try to stop it, as this change really needs to happen, Cancer. Now, your next card, also a major arcana card, the Wheel of Fortune. So, another card dealing with cycles, repetition, beginning, ending, beginning, ending. But when this card shows up, there's some movement going on. This is your destiny, your luck, and definitely bringing in change, because change is pretty much the only thing that's inevitable. When this card shows up, however, things are now not going to stay the same way forever. So, this is pretty much about taking action. This is about a change in your luck, Cancer. We don't have control over what life sets in our path, but you do have the power to decide, Cancer, how you respond to it. So, with this card showing up, it's reminding you, try not to get too attached of one way of being, and certainly don't try to control everything. So you've actually got two cards here, both major arcana cards, telling you to let go and actually not to control things around you. And the Wheel of Fortune also advises you to just center yourself, to stay calm so you can make good decisions when things are a bit out of control. Because the Wheel of Fortune can just keep turning and drawing you back in, or you might start making the same mistakes over and over again. And that's why the Wheel of Fortune is associated with your second chakra. That is your sacral chakra, which wants you to just go with the flow, with the change coming in here, Cancer. This card brings up that classic phrase of doing the same thing over and over and actually expecting different results. Doesn't happen. So the Wheel of Fortune is indicating a new strategy coming in, and to just welcome in the different cycles that come through. Sometimes you're on top and sometimes you're not. You have control over your power and your freedom, Cancer, and that's all in regards to your will. You get to decide how to respond to what's happening around you, but not controlling it. Now, both these cards are affiliated with the seventh chakra, and that's your crown chakra, your connection with the divine. So it is imperative this week, Cancer, to strengthen your co-partnership with spirit. Tune into your higher self, that little voice, your intuition, and trust in that intuition this week. But without controlling everything, you need to also learn to go with the flow and just see how things turn out, Cancer. Now, your next card here, the Five of Swords. And I feel this is the energy that you need to let go of, Cancer, that winning at all costs kind of energy. Because the Five of Swords here is like when a battle is over, it's got a winner, it's got a loser. Someone's walking away with all the goods, and others are walking away with regrets. So there's change coming in, Cancer. And this could be a different job, a different house, a new relationship. There is some change coming in. So don't fall into that same cycle of thinking you know how everything's going to be. That energy, a feeling like you're right all the time. Because the Five of Swords is indicating and showing up for you this week because you've been repeating patterns that you probably know are dysfunctional and do not align with your ideal, true, authentic self, Cancer. So, this is something you need to admit to yourself that you need to change. Now, the Five of Swords here is dealing with that number five energy, which is a really difficult energy. It presents a challenge that you have to overcome in order to allow for further growth to come in. Five is that number that likes to shake things up. It's trying to break old habits, Cancer. And sometimes you can feel like you pass through fire to be made stronger. Five is the number of the throat chakra, which has to do with your communication. So, specifically, watch what you're saying and communicating this week, as it might be perceived in a different context. Now, the Five of Swords here is actually ruled by Venus. So, it's associated with love and friendship. It's Aquarius's card. So, it's a very independent, knowledgeable, friendly, but at times it can be emotionally attached kind of energy or individual. So that's kind of your challenge this week, to do away with repeating those dysfunctional cycles over and over again. And this can be in regards to how you go about doing just about anything. It can be your communication at work. It can be your communication in regards to friendships, relationships, or your communication with family. So once you get beyond that challenge and stop trying to control everything and just kind of going easy peasy with the go with the flow, just trust in the guidance from Spirit. Now, taking a look at your overall energy here, and you have the Six of Cups, which is all about kindness and compassion. It's bringing that childlike innocence, overseeing your reading here, where you're not so serious as we get to be as an adult. So it's bringing in that energy of when you were a child and you didn't worry or think about anything. You just went with whatever was coming your way. So this overall energy is helping how you're going to transform and reap the benefits here with your Wheel of Fortune card coming in. So with the Six of Cups here, this can be showing up especially if you've been having difficulty in some area of your life. This is why tuning into your inner child, that very innocent but wise part of yourself that's always been with you, tune into that for guidance. Now, along with your transformation and the Death card, wanting you to get rid of everything that no longer serves a purpose for you, the Six of Cups overall energy is talking about sprucing up your home environment and maybe bringing in something new to encourage new energy coming in. Something that's just very simple, something that's going to make you smile when you look at it. Now, for some Cancer individuals, the Six of Cups card can be an indication of someone from your past coming back. For some of you, this might be a good friend that you haven't talked to in a while. But for others, this is going to be somebody that you never really intended on bumping into again. And looking at the card here, what I see happening is maybe this individual is bringing some sort of gift, like a peace offering, and wanting to get back into your life. Now, you might be a little bit enticed about this, but think twice, Cancer, because your cards are indicating a transition, a transformation where you're getting rid of the old you, and that would include people that left your life and the ones that you probably don't want to return. Now, the number 6 energy of this card is keeping harmony and balance and love and happiness in your life, Cancer. So that's one message coming through with this overall energy, which could put a crimp in what the Wheel of Fortune is bringing in for you this week. So be careful if someone from your past, like an old lover, shows up. Somebody who you're not happy that you're bumping into. Now, your numerology for your base cards here is number 28, which reduces down to number 10. And that brings us back to the energy here of the Wheel of Fortune, which is also number 10. Your numerology is indicating this end of this cycle. And then reducing further down to number 1 is introducing new beginnings for you, Cancer. And once again, you need to just go with the flow. Now let's take a look at your last 2 cards here, and your crystal of the week is obsidian. Okay. So the fact that your angels and guides are suggesting you with one of the most powerful protective crystals, obsidian, for this week, is to provide you with a grounded protective energy. It's also psychic protection as well, protecting your intuition, which is needed to guide you this week. Now, this crystal is associated with your root chakra, so it starts at your base and foundation and goes up from there with protection. And this could have something to do with the Cancer individuals that do have someone trying to come back with the 6 of Cups energy. And that chapter needs to stay closed, Cancer. So when obsidian is being suggested, when you're by yourself, Cancer, take note of your surroundings. Pay attention to your feelings or any kind of warnings that you may receive, or if you get a bad feeling about going to a particular place, an event, or an area, notice and acknowledge that feeling. So if you're in a situation this week, Cancer, where all of a sudden you just don't feel right about it, trust that feeling and either cancel your plans or bring someone else with you wherever you're going or whatever you're doing. Your angels and guides want you to have the obsidian crystal with you at all times this week, and also to surround yourself with as many positive people as you can, Cancer. And what I'm picking up, there is someone who is quite draining around you in your life, Cancer, and you need to protect yourself and your own energy before you go near their energy. So the obsidian crystal will be very helpful to remove negativity, and it will restore your energy. So a very much needed crystal for this week. Now moving on to your tea leaf message. And you received lobster, financial pinch. So the card's indicating a financial pinch. And what we're seeing pictured here is a lobster waiting for its victim, ready to attack with its strong claws. So what this card is telling you for this week, Cancer, is to be especially responsible in regards to your finances. Be careful about overspending or indulging financially. Be careful about picking up the tab at a restaurant or a bar. Be careful about purchases that you do to make you or another individual feel good at the moment, as you will have buyer's remorse later, especially when the bill comes or when you are in a financial pinch in paying your other bills. So be responsible financially this week, is what the tea leaf card message of lobster is indicating for you, Cancer. Now, in summary here, Cancer, you have two major arcana cards indicating change coming in that is necessary. Both are cycles indicating something coming to an end, and both are bringing in this change for the better for you, Cancer. The death card is like the metaphor of the caterpillar changing into the beautiful butterfly. You're getting rid of the old and anxiously awaiting for new things to come in. So be sure to clear out anything that no longer serves a purpose for you, Cancer. That's very important when the death card shows up. Clear out that stagnant energy. And the Wheel of Fortune card is a wonderful energy coming in. It's indicating a change for the better. And this can be in regards to so many different ways. It's a general reading, but this could be a new job for you. This could be a new hobby. This could be a new relationship. And of course, yes, the Wheel of Fortune can represent money as well. Now, the Five of Swords energy. This is a card that can indicate that you've been repeating patterns that you know are dysfunctional and they don't align with your ideal self, your true, authentic self, Cancer. So, this is what needs to go with the transformation here of the Death card to change this kind of pattern from repeating over and over. And the number 5 energy of this card, it's a difficult energy that shakes things up and it does break your old habits, Cancer. So, this is something that you will benefit from by letting go of this kind of energy and then just being able to just go with the flow. And that's what your Six of Cups overall energy is indicating. To remember back what it felt like being a child and not looking at everything as we do as adults. And that is that just go with the flow energy. Now, through all this transformation, your angels and guides want you to have the obsidian crystal with you at all times for protection. And the biggest message of all is if you don't feel comfortable, or you get a bad feeling, or something alerts you when you're by yourself, maybe going to the store or walking to your car, it can be a whole host of things. But if you get a bad feeling, Cancer, either way, then either cancel your plans or be sure you're around other people. This is a very strong crystal for protection. And this might have something to do with what I was picking up for the Cancer individuals in regards to somebody coming back into your life, that you closed the door and you pretty much locked it. You don't want them back. But this is also your protection throughout all this transformation. Just being able to just not control everything and just relax and have that easygoing flow, go with the flow energy. And your tea leaf card message of a lobster is just warning you about not spending too much. Take note of what you're spending, your money, and avoid the feelings of that moment where it makes you feel good. I'll pick up the tab at the restaurant, or you buy something to make yourself feel better, as you are going to have feelings of regret later on, especially when the bill comes. So, Cancer, with the major arcana cards, you have a lot of transformative energy coming in, just telling you to relax, let the change come forth. New things are coming into your life. Let it happen. And try to release the old patterns, the old dysfunctional patterns that you've been repeating over and over. So that's why your Six of Cups is your overall energy, to just kind of look at things through a child's eyes, very open and free, very innocent, which is indicating to be open and free with all this change and new beginnings coming in, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe and help support my channel if you haven't already. And click on my website link below for your own private reading. And please join me for my daily readings or check out my channel for other tarot card readings available. Love and abundance to my Cancer family.